You're watching this because you feel really confused about how you're going to have financial freedom by making money online. You're confused on how you're going to make your first sale or have multiple sales after that and have a sustainable income. And you're wondering how to use YouTube to attract clients. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to replace my full-time income with having my own digital product offer online as a complete beginner. Let's get right into it. I'm going to share the principles. We have 3 principles today. And the first principle is going to be putting the medicine inside of the candy. How many times have we as kids, when we were kids, how many times were we told by our parents or someone that you know that, hey, if you want dessert, this is a piece of candy right here, okay? If you want dessert, if you want candy, then you're going to have to eat your vegetables first. This is how people actually consume your content in order for you to sell your digital product. These red spots right here are called medicine, all right? All right, and the medicine concept and the vegetable concept is the same thing. Okay, if we wanted to eat dessert as a kid, we had to eat our vegetables first in order to get to the dessert. But on content level, to sell your own digital product and make money online to replace your full-time income, you're going to have candy. Your candy is your videos, all right? Your videos that you upload. Now, here's the key difference that most people get confused. Hey, are you passionate about fitness? Or maybe you've been posting content and you're just struggling to get views and make money online in the fitness niche? Well, if you have been struggling on that, then I want to invite you into my Passion to Profit community. It's completely free. And I'm going to show you the systems that you need in place for you to not only create content around your own knowledge and fitness, but be able to convert viewers into sales so you can have a life of freedom. I will show you the systems that I've used to make over 6 figures, but I've obsessed over the past 2 years on how to attract an audience that literally wants to buy from you, from the content that you create and the value you have on the back end. If you want to get freedom online by creating money online and leave the 9-to-5 and be able to leverage your knowledge in fitness, then join the Passion to Profit community right now. The link is in the description down below. I'll see you inside. Now let's get back to the video. They think that just uploading videos is going to get them a ton of views, and those views are just going to convert into income. The problem with that is videos. What kind of videos get a ton of views? And how do we get those views to actually convert so they can get their digital product offer while we get paid? Let me explain. You want to make sure that you break down your videos in something that's called tofu, mofu, and bofu. Now, if you've never heard of this, it's okay. I'm going to break this down right now. Tofu stands for top of funnel, okay? It stands for top of funnel. Jay, what does that mean? This means the people that don't know you. There's more people on YouTube watching videos that don't know you, don't know your digital product offer. And so these are the type of videos that you want to create that are going to make the most views. On my channel, since I teach Make Money Online with YouTube, selling your own digital product offer, I know the videos that get the most views off of people who don't know me. My top of funnel is creating YouTube videos that actually get views. Why? Well, because people have YouTube channels for multiple different reasons, but I'm talking to the people who want to make money with their own digital product offer. The thing is, there's more people in this world that just want to make a YouTube channel and they don't know how they want to monetize it. They're just focused on the YouTube monetization part. The problem with that is most people would look at it and be like, well, you're not niched down. Well, here's the thing with niching down. You're niching down and most people aren't looking for what you're uploading. That is exactly why we have MOFU, and that stands for middle of funnel. The middle of funnel is going to teach people after you show them what's at the top of your funnel. Again, I teach YouTube, uploading videos. I teach or I show content that is more broad on top of funnel. The middle of funnel is actually what this video is, your digital products. Your digital product offer is going to help you replace your full-time income should you follow these steps. You see, middle of funnel, it gets a little bit more tactical. So for example, if you were, let's say, if you were a guy or if you were a female and you're teaching your audience about how to attract the opposite sex or how to attract who they're attracted to, right? Then you would most likely have at the top of your funnel something that's about asking, if you're a guy, asking women what kind of guys they're attracted to, right? And the guys are going to want to watch those videos at the top of your funnel because guess what? Guys will watch videos with attractive females. The guys will listen to what females have to say about what kind of guys they're attracted to. And then in the middle of your funnel, you'll tell them, hey, this is how you become this guy. Hey, these are the routines that you can do. These are the workouts that you can do, all right, to feel attractive, to attract the woman of your dreams, right? And so with that being said, or to boost your confidence, then that's your middle of funnel. Now your bottom of funnel, that's what BOFU stands for. Your bottom of funnel stands for, or not stands for, but your bottom of funnel is you literally telling your own results. This is why I'm a big advocate on actually talking about what you know, because then you don't have to stutter or think about or overthink or write a whole transcript like off of what you already know. It's like you're talking to the camera, but you're telling people the results that you have. Bottom of funnel is literally to tell people, hey, these are the results I got following the things that I have taught you in these YouTube videos. Go ahead. If you're interested, go ahead and join my school community, whether you want to have a free one or whether you want to have a paid one, it doesn't matter. But you want to tell them about your paid offer just off of your own results that you've had. Okay. It's kind of like showing off the results that you had. It's a little bit like showing off the lifestyle that you're living or the problems that you don't have to deal with anymore. All right. Very simple. But these are all video. Okay, I'm going to write this in blue. These are all video key points that you want to make sure you create your YouTube videos on. That way, when it's time for you to record, you know, oh, I'm creating it for the people who don't know me. Okay, top of funnel. And then you'll make a second video, maybe later on down the week. That's MOFU, middle of funnel. You'll get more tactical. This is one of my more tactical videos. I'm actually showing my whiteboard. I'm talking to you. I'm not reacting to videos. I'm not talking about growing on YouTube. I'm literally talking about the process for you to replace your full-time job. And then bottom of funnel, you're actually just showing proof. Now, sometimes you can tie your MOFU and your BOFU together. And what that is just showing proof. Okay. It's not that hard. If you know what you're talking about and you got the results, then you can show the results. Very simple, right? Moving forward, the second principle is sell a high ticket digital product. Now, this is a huge problem in today's industry. A lot of people tell you to sell something low ticket. All right. And on the bottom, we're going to put high ticket. Now, here's the key differences off of my own experience. I'm only going to speak off of my own experience. With low ticket, you have something called churn. Okay. If you don't know what churn is, churn means that when somebody joins, let's say for $50 a month, then yeah, you might think, oh, next month I'm making $50. You don't even have to create a new YouTube video. If you get 10 people paying you $50 a month for your digital product offer, then you'll make $500 this month. The next month, you might be like, well, I'll make another 500. But here's the problem. Nobody has 0% churn except for high ticket. Okay. High ticket, 9 times out of 10 has no churn. All right. Because with high ticket, they pay one time. With low ticket, they'll pay a monthly thing. Or if you're really low ticket, and I highly don't recommend this, is you have a digital product offer like an ebook or something cheap that somebody can just make off of GPT and Canva. All right. A lot of people tell you that on YouTube. I know they do because I've watched those videos and I use it for inspiration. And yes, I've sold ebooks before and I've sold all the digital products I talk about right now. Okay. So I know what I'm talking about. All right. But when you have a low ticket digital product, another thing is obviously low costs. Now you might be like, well, that's a pro. Well, people, they're not going to have to pay that much money. So that's what's going to have them want to buy my digital product. Here's the thing. There's always going to be a loser in every game. Why would you want to have the lowest price just so people can buy? You're going to struggle. You're going to have to go viral in order for you to make, let's say, $5,000 a month, especially selling something like a $50 digital product. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not even sorry, because the truth is, we may think as the creator, as the business owner, that it's easy for people to join. But honestly, they're not buying because of the price. They're buying because of the offer. All right. They're buying because of the offer. If I told you that if you pay me $20, I'll give you $2,000, would you do it? Probably. But what if I told you if you pay me $20, I'll give you $200,000? Would you do it? Probably. But what if I told you if you gave me $30, I'll give you 1 million? Would you do it? Probably. Which one would you choose though? Probably the one that gives you $1 million, right? But you weren't thinking about the extra $10 that it took for you to make sure that you get $1 million. And if you thought about it, you knew it was a no-brainer. This is how you want to approach high-ticket products. You see, most people have this low-ticket mindset because they have a low-ticket mentality. They say, well, people are going to pay a cheaper price and they can get the result. But here's the thing. People who have low-ticket products, they attract people who are not committed. I know this because in my online fitness business, when I was coaching for 3 years plus, I would sell a $50 program. I would give the same service for $50 a month. Okay. And I would test out this theory. I would have my online program 6 months, $50 a month versus other clients. I would charge $500 a month. And the people who always lost the most weight, the people who were always more committed, the people who never gave me a headache, the people who were actually committed, they were paying the $500. So listen closely. You want to make sure you have a high ticket product, not only because you'll make more money, but because you'll also be able to actually help them out more. If you have more money in your pocket, you could actually invest into the business to give them a better experience. And guess what? When they have a better experience, they're going to want to tell their friends, and their friends will tell their friends, and then you'll be making money without even having to upload videos necessarily. You'll still upload videos, but they'll be telling word of mouth. I can't tell you how many, I've joined like 3 mentorships that are worth over $9,000 per year, okay? That are high ticket mentorships, but I joined them all because word of mouth. Yeah, I watched the videos before, but it's nothing like somebody who you already have trust with that tells you and recommends something like a good movie, and then you watch it and you agree. It's because they know you, they like you, they trust you, and you know them, like them, and trust them as well. But a high ticket digital product, once you start making, or once you make like one sale, like let's say you have a high ticket digital product that's like $2,000. Okay. You might think that's a lot of money, but honestly, what they're doing is actually paying for and investing for the offer itself versus a low ticket digital product where people are like, oh, I'll pay $50 to get this ebook. Bro, they're not. I saw somebody, no shame, but I saw somebody sell a $47 digital product, and it, like, I bought it because I love doing like market research, because this guy was making a good amount of money with a low ticket digital product. He was making like $7,000, maybe $10,000 a month, but he had to go ultra viral. He had to get millions of views. And I looked at his digital product. I purchased it for $50 or $47. And I noticed this one thing. It was like 120 something pages. All right. And it had all these graphs and stuff and telling you how to create the social media page and click here, click there. I'm like, bro, this is exactly why he doesn't have student testimonials. There's nobody behind his offer that's saying, yeah, I followed what he gave me for $50 and I ended up making $5,000 a month. There's nobody. Why? Because most people aren't going to take a cheap product serious. That's exactly what a low ticket digital product is. It just is. I know that broke your heart, but it just is. All right. So if you're not sold on high ticket digital products yet, then I encourage you to watch my free class. The link is in the description down below, because it will change your life having a high ticket digital product. And it's not hard to sell at all. And that's exactly what principle 3 is going to be, which is you want to have a launch every single week. Jay, what? If I'm going to have the same YouTube channel, the same digital product offer, how am I going to have a launch every week? I'm glad you asked. Here's the thing. Most people, when they have a high ticket digital product, they have phone calls. But what if I told you there was a better way called webinars? Now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, Jay, I can't do a webinar. I've never spoken to a whole group of people at one time. And, don't I have to get a building? Don't I have to make sure that I have a setup? Here's the thing. We're doing online webinars. Okay. We're doing online webinars because people who do phone calls, well, they're online, right? They're on Zoom. Maybe you've gone on a couple phone calls with mentors. All right. So here's the difference. When you go on online calls, it's one-on-one. But when you go on online webinars, it's called one to many, meaning you talk for 45 minutes, giving value, and then having something that actually drives people to convert from being on the webinar to actually purchasing your digital product offer, you'll make multiple sales. Versus a one-on-one, you just cross your fingers, you pray, and you hope to make that one sale, and then you hope that the next sale actually makes you a sale. Okay? It's very, 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 very stressful. Another key difference is online calls. It takes sales skills. Okay? We're both selling something in an online call and online webinar, but it takes sales skills. You can have a script. Yeah, you can talk to people on the phone and hopefully they'll buy your digital product offer. But with the online webinar, you'll just have something called a presentation. Okay. And this presentation is way easier for you to follow because your presentation stays the same every single time. Once you make your first sale, that's high ticket with your online webinar, then guess what will happen? You'll know that this converts every single time you have 5 people in it. I got my webinar so good after just doing it consistently for a year as a complete beginner. I never did a webinar until like a year and a half ago. I had my first webinar. I made like $2,000 in 45 minutes. And then I did it again and I made like $1,200. And then I did it again and I made like $3,000. The only difference was how many people actually showed up to the webinar. My prices stayed the same. My presentation stayed the same. And I was able to make thousands of dollars in literally less than an hour, 45 minutes we're talking about here. And it's all because that script worked. I didn't have to memorize. I didn't have to think, oh my gosh, this person said this. What do I say? I'm kind of nervous. Like, no, everybody's in a chat. Okay. And I'm like, hey, type a 1 in the chat. Okay. If you're following along, type a 1 in the chat if you're taking notes. All right, let's continue. Right? You're literally reading your presentation slides. And I believe that's a lot easier than having one-on-one calls. Now, most people will tell you, well, getting on a phone call is a lot easier. Well, here's the thing. It's a lot easier because they're just picking a date in a calendar. All right. They have to choose a calendar date. But guess what? When they choose a calendar date, that also takes something called your time. Okay. And your time is your most valuable asset. So what you want to do is you want to actually not have an online phone call, okay? Because it takes time. You're going to have to think about it all day. You're going to be like, oh, I got to call at 5. And it's just stressful. It's like you have to build your whole day around those calls. Versus a webinar, you're having 1 per week, or you can have 2 per week. If you want to go a little crazy, that's what I did as well. Once I got like consistent, I was like, oh yeah, every time that 5 people show up, I'm making like $1,000. Let's go. I don't need to go viral anymore. But I'm making 1 webinar per week. That webinar is literally the same. Okay. Let's say it's on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. every week. On Wednesday, I'm big chilling. I'm chilling. On Thursday, chilling. Friday, chilling. Saturday, chilling. Sunday, chilling. Monday, chilling. Tuesday, I know I got to show up at 7 p.m. But it's not just sporadically my calendar is open. I mean, let's be honest here. You're probably working a full-time job. How much time do you actually have to set aside before you have to go to bed and wake up the next morning? I believe wholeheartedly that webinars are the way for you to make a ton of money and make your full-time income by selling your digital product offer, literally, because you get to control your own time in which you sell your digital product. It's simple as that. Okay? So with that being said, those are the things that I would do if I wanted to make my full-time income all over again with digital product offers. Anyways, if this video gave you value, then I want you to subscribe. Leave your comments down below as well if you have any other further questions. I'll be here to answer every single question, and I will see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.